What's going on, guys? If you are considering selling your Infiniti Q50 over the next 2 or 3 months or so, or any car for that matter, you might just want to hold off for a little bit longer. It is currently December of 2023, so if you're watching this video a little bit later than that, obviously the information included might be slightly out of date, but nonetheless, I am changing my tune a little bit. I know, I recognize that. Changing my tune a little bit from what I was talking about just 2 or 3 months ago when I was telling everybody, sell your Q50, sell your used car now while you can get as much money out of it as possible. But the reality is, and you got to recognize this fact, that the car industry has changed dramatically and is continuing to change dramatically. That pendulum is a swinging. Now, I'm not telling you to not sell your Q50. I'm just telling you to hold on to it for a little bit longer. And this is the reason I say that there are a couple of variables at play here that are going to mix things up a bit as we continue to go forward into 2024. Of course, during the COVID situation, we saw used car prices skyrocket, right? And we saw severely limited availability for new cars, which was causing those used car prices to go way up. It was very, very difficult to get your hands on a new car. And if you were able to get a new car, you were buying it at a premium, and some cars were even being sold without special options being installed because we were waiting on circuit boards and switches and harnesses and things like that. Used cars over the last 8 months to a year or so have become a little bit more palatable. They're more reasonable. Used car prices have come back to reality, I would say, especially as the new car lots have been flooded with inventory. So now what we're seeing is sort of the opposite of before. Now, inventory is so gluttonous. There's just so much inventory out there that dealers are scrambling to make deals happen. I know some dealerships like Toyota, people have given me feedback that they're still asking a premium, but I've seen other lots overflowing and salespeople are desperate to make a deal. Now, they might not be coming down on their interest rates because that's another side of the story. Interest rates are just unbelievable, and nobody wants to buy a car with a 9 or 10% interest rate if you have a 750 credit score. It just doesn't make any sense. So people aren't doing it. And that really leads me to the point of this video. We've started to see those used car prices come down, and they've sort of reached this lower tier level, whereas, just 8 or 9 months ago, we were seeing them at 10, 12, 15, 20% higher in some cases, depending on the vehicle, of course. Now, again, they've come down to this level, all the while those dealerships for new cars have just been stockpiling inventory and they can't get rid of them. So what we're going to see over the next 4, 5, or 6 months or so, maybe even sooner, depending on how things play out after the holiday season here, is that demand, I think, for used cars is going to ramp back up, especially if you're selling cars in that 10, 12, 15, even $20-ish thousand range. People want to buy cars. People still need cars. But again, that interest rate is just devastating to folks out there. It's impossible. I mean, we're already looking at inflated prices for new cars, right? It's unbelievable what some of these cars are going for. $40, $50, $60, $70,000. A new, well-equipped F-150, $75,000 plus. It's just unbelievable. Now imagine even a 5 or 6% interest rate on that thing, let alone 7, 8, 9%. It's unbelievable. So people have been a little bit tight with the purse strings, right? We're heading into the holiday season. A lot of companies do some of their maneuvering and things like that with personnel. So people like to hold that purse a little bit tighter, considering the Christmas holidays and, holiday parties and the new year and potential changes in careers and families and things like that. So we're not seeing a bunch of people out there making these massive expenditures with new vehicles and the like. Now, with that being said, there's still a desire for a vehicle. So what I think we're going to see over the next several months is that people getting back into the market for the vehicle, but because they're still hesitant to purchase the new vehicle with these high interest rates and the high prices, they're going to shift their focus to the used car market. Now, they might not be buying $8,000 or $9,000 350Zs, which you might see on the market here soon, wink, wink. But they might be willing to sacrifice in that they're willing to look at a vehicle that's 2 or 3 years old, that has 10, 15, 20, 30,000 miles on it, for example, and rather than spending $40,000, $50,000 on a new vehicle, they're willing to drop a little cash, $20,000, $25,000 on a used vehicle. Those $18,000 vehicles are even more appealing. There's people that would maybe generally put $10,000 down on a new car, a new $60,000 vehicle, but now because they're not willing to take that interest rate on the the remaining $50,000 principal, they are willing to sacrifice a little bit of cash and just drop it on a used car. My feeling is, like myself, there's a lot of folks out there with these Q50s, the 14, 15, 16, 17, 18s, Infiniti Q50s that are looking to get between $15,000 to $22,000 for their vehicles, but right now they're kind of going for 14, 18, a little bit lower maybe than that even, or they're listed for that and they're not getting a lot of serious bites. I think once we get into 2024, I'm thinking late January 2024, you're going to be able to ask a little bit more for those cars. So the whole point of this video is for me to tell you that if you're considering selling your Q50, again, any car for that matter, I would say hold on to it for the next 4 to 6 weeks. And you're going to start seeing those used car prices come back up a little bit, just because we're going to be still dealing with the high interest rates and the crappy prices on new cars for the next several weeks into the end of Q1 of 2024. So if you're looking to get maximum return or the maximum dollar amount for your Q50 currently, hold on to it for a few weeks. I think there's hope for you. With that being said though, guys, I think right now is a great time to buy. There's a lot of, like I said, a lot of movement in the market. Prices have come back a little bit closer to reality. So if you're in the market to buy a Q50 or any used car for that matter, I think you can probably get a really good deal on one right now. I would say the same for a new car, as long as you have cash available. Now I know this doesn't apply to a vast majority of us. Not many of us have $30,000, $50,000 in cash just laying around to dump on a new car. But if you do, you could certainly leverage that and get yourself a good deal on a new vehicle. I'm not sure you would necessarily get a lot of wiggle room on the MSRP, but I've heard a lot of dealerships are making deals in terms of throwing on some accessories for free or working in service agreements and things like that. So there's an opportunity there. That's probably going to hold true for the new car market for the foreseeable future. There's some rumblings of interest rates coming down, but who knows? Who knows if that's going to actually happen? So I think we're probably going to continue seeing high interest rates on new cars, but used cars, I think, are going to start ramping up, into Q1 of 2024. So keep that in mind. Take this information as you will. It's just my opinion and some insight that I've sort of developed over the last several months of being in the market myself for the next project car and just kind of being involved in this environment. It's just some of the stuff that I've put together and that I've seen. So I thought I would share it with you here today. Guys, don't forget, we got the 30K subscriber giveaway coming up here. It's going to be announced. Well, today is Friday, so it's actually going to be opened up live tomorrow. If you're watching this video before Christmas of 2023, you still got a chance to get entered to win. Awesome stuff from Z1, awesome stuff from JR Lights. I'm throwing some stuff in there. Super Clean Products is throwing some products in there as well. It's a good giveaway, well over $500 in value, so don't miss your chance to win. Head over to the channel and look for that giveaway video. But definitely, guys, I'm interested in hearing your input in the comments below, particularly if you are involved in used or new car sales. I definitely want to hear what you have to say, what some of your insight and insider knowledge might be, because this whole channel is about building a community and sharing information that we come across. So you never know who's going to be searching the comments for insider knowledge. So if you have any, please share it below. I appreciate it very much. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. More stuff coming for the channel in 2024. I'm pretty excited about it. And don't forget about the giveaway. If it's not Christmas of 2023, you still got a chance to get entered to win some pretty good stuff from Z1 and JR Lights and myself and Super Clean Products. So again, thank you very much for the continued support. I appreciate it very, very much. We'll see you in the next one.